Wreck My Podcast!
Welcome to the Wreck My Podcast, where today I am all alone for the introduction of our topic this week. And like we have all learned in life, at some point or another, things don't always go according to plan, and this week, things did not go according to plan. We had someone with some medical issues, some scheduling conflicts that all got in the way of recording the episode this week that was meant to be on Demolition Man. Now, before you think anyone died or is in too much trouble, we're all good. It just kind of, sometimes this isn't the biggest priority because as indie podcasters, we do try to keep to a strict schedule, but some weeks it just doesn't work out and some things have to take precedence over other things. So this week, instead of just leaving you hanging and not giving you any content, we thought for those of you that aren't patrons of ours, we're going to release the first half of our Wreck My Patreon episode that's coming out this Friday. Now, we're giving you the first half. The second half will be available to our current patrons on Friday, so we're splitting it up a little bit. It's kind of may be a little annoying, but hey, at least you're getting some content throughout the week, and it's not all just given you at one. And those of you that aren't patrons can kind of hear what you're missing out on, because if you like it, it only costs you $1 a month to listen to this content every week that we put out. And, that really helps us out financially, like we say at the end of all of our episodes. But even that $1 goes a long way. Hey, if we get 1,000 of you to give $1 each, we just made $1,000 a month. So that's the way I'm going to look at it. Glass half full of a nice beverage. But, if that's not your thing, you don't want to spend money on this, that's cool too. We give you the free content because we like you to listen. We enjoy doing this and we want you to keep listening. But here is a little tidbit of what you're missing out on the Wreck My Patreon episodes. So enjoy this half of the episode, see how you like it, and tune back next week for our actual episode on Demolition Man, where we will be making that episode happen. We'll be making good, regular Wreck My Podcast content, or maybe terrible podcast content. I don't know. It depends on how you view us. But so here it is. We're rolling with the punches. We're doing what we're going to do. We're getting it going. And let's get into the episode.
Wreck My Podcast!
Heidi ho, good patrons.
Howdy ho!
And welcome to this exclusive content just for you. Hey, you know what? Let me know. Is our sound too weird? So when I was listening, I was like, are we too uneven?
What do you mean?
With the volumes
the
of
volumes.
each of us?
Do you think it sounds okay? Do you guys? I know Krieger doesn't listen anymore. Do you guys listen? What do you think?
I
what our
listen every
sound sounds
time.
Like?
I listen too. When I listen in my car, it sounds balanced.
I listen with headphones while I'm at work. Every now and then, there's like few far in between each episode.
Yeah.
One of us is too quiet. It's usually either myself or Krieger.
And that's why I've turned you guys up, because I'm trying to get to the point. This mic picks up a lot more.
I've also had people tell me I do talk a little bit quieter.
Well,
so.
You do have a softer
when you
timbre, yeah.
talk, what?
You should mark it on the board of where each levels
The
are.
problem is it changes every week, because right now you're a little bit further from the mic than you are sometimes.
That's true.
And then Krieger does the same thing where he kind of moves away from the mic a little
And
bit.
I always
too.
But I
chew on
notice
the
that, and
mic.
I try and come.
Yeah, but then
Maybe
you also
we can do sound checks.
when Krieger says like a one-liner, it's loud. But when you start talking like a lot, you get quieter and quieter as you talk. And I noticed that, so that's why I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I need to invest in something.
Why don't our patrons just tell us
That's
who's
why
the
I want to
quietest?
know. Patreon. Do you think
might
that
be
we're
me.
unbalanced and I need to maybe get some more equipment in here to kind of try and keep that all together, or
Up
do you
the
think
quality.
it's fine?
And if you want
Do you
to
think it's
answer,
fine?
go on Patreon and give us money.
Yes.
Well, they already give us money.
Well, give us more.
I'm saying.
Hey,
Oh yeah,
I
this is
heard
for
that there's a
patrons.
requisition going through the Amazon link that is worth $2,784.
Cool.
but I'm
So I'll
not
get
sure.
about $20.
Still, that's it's better
It
than
should be
nothing.
what, 200?
Yeah, about
No, it's about
Is it
on
10%?
average 3 to 4%. No,
Oh.
some things
But
are
on $2,000?
10%, but most stuff is only 3 to 4%.
Oh,
But
I
it's
thought it
still a
was
good
all
chunk of
10.
money. No, it's not all 10. It's like 10 is like automobiles, and who's buying an automobile through Amazon? It's like something random that no one buys.
I did.
Can you actually do that?
I did buy a car for Crespi. So
Wow.
Yeah.
We should have done through the Amazon.
Actually,
link.
I might be hitting you up for car-related stuff. My car's just giving me problems, so I wanted to just get a new one that might have you be my negotiator.
Oh,
I
because you know
told
how
you-
good I do at getting
Yeah.
those prices down? I'll go in there. I love haggling with car salesmen.
I told you like 2 years ago that as soon as you get your car up and running where there's no issues, sell it immediately.
My Cruise
It's
wasn't
so
having
true.
issues 2 years ago.
No, but that's what he's saying.
It
like,
was. Remember there was an issue with the oil leak, and I told you
That wasn't 2 years ago. That only happened less than a year ago.
No, definitely not less than a year ago.
Yes.
Anyway,
About a year
that doesn't
ago.
matter.
Anyway,
Doesn't
Well,
hey,
definitely not 2 years. How
do
about
any of you
not 2
guys
years?
have a hashtag problem?
Yes.
Yes? Oh, cool. Then I'm going to play the song.
If you have girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I've got 99 problems and the bitch ain't one.
Wee woo, wee woo.
SpongeBob, he's in the mailbox. The mailbox.
All right. So, Krieger, what's your hashtag problem?
So my hashtag problem is, you know the circle.
you got to leave early.
No, that's actually a good problem. We're gonna go see the Tarantino movie.
Oh, once upon a time.
Actually, my hashtag problem is the only place it's playing is off Winnetka.
Oh,
so
wow.
that's why we have to go. Like,
just waiting.
So, what is your real hashtag problem? Oh, that's your hashtag problem?
No.
Oh,
So my hashtag problem is, so you know the Circle K on Seiko and Copper Hill?
yes. I used to go there all the time when I was ditching church when I was a youngin'.
So it's on my way here, and so I was like, oh, I'll swing in real quick. One, there was only one parking spot because a bunch of people couldn't park right. There wasn't enough room for
I
my
hate
car.
that.
And
Yeah.
two, people are just so just peepus, terrible people.
Peepus.
Peepus. I love the Peepus. Shout out Cole Phen. Peepus.
Peepus.
Like these two sub 20-year-old kids come out of Circle K with like their slushies or whatever,
Yeah.
and get in their car. I'm like, oh sweet, I got a spot, I can get in
And then
there.
they sit in their car.
About 3 minutes go by, I honk, nothing. Another minute goes by, I pull behind them, land my horn, and I look at them like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And then I pull back, and then about another minute and a half later, they finally pull out, and then the girl driver looks at me and like she flips me off, and she's going like, yeah, I'm the asshole in this situation. Okay, there's no parking in this whole fucking parking lot that's so small, and then you're flipping me off because you want to sit in your car and drink your slushie and talk about fucking like
Taylor Swift.
Yeah. But then
Krieger, all your hashtag problems have to do with drivers.
I don't, because they're the worst. And then on top of that, I was like, so on top of that, like after I parked in,
Yeah.
the person 3 spots over who had parked halfway in one spot,
I hate people like that.
She gets in her car. I'm like, nice parking job, ma'am. And she looks at me like, ah! I'm all like, fuck you, learn how to park.
I'll be honest. Sometimes I do a terrible parking job, and then I look at it and I go, I'm lazy.
if I'm far enough away and if it's in a big enough parking lot, I'm like, fuck
That's
it, who
true. I
cares?
park in a
But when-
parking
but when
structure.
when
Yeah.
there's like 5 different establishments in a like 25 spot place, like you gotta like think about
Yeah.
it. But also, I was talking to the cashier when I was grabbing my stuff, and I was like,
Did he
"Dude,
try to
this-
sell you the
no."
horny goat weed?
He's like, "This is ridiculous." I was like, "This is ridiculous." Like, yeah, like I don't park here because like multiple people get hit. People will hit your car and then leave.
Yeah. Oh, I bet.
It's ridiculous.
I
We
bet.
live in like a piece of shit world.
Yeah.
Krieger, you have such a complex with parking.
I was going to say,
No,
I told him
I-
all his
no.
hashtag problems have to do with
No,
driving.
know what it is?
Yeah.
I have a big thing about like common decency that requires very minimal effort, and it's common decency because you should just do it to be like a decent human being, and it's amplified. I feel like in driving because people are like, oh, I'm in a big metal box, I'm safer. Fuck common decency. I'm gonna do
Yeah.
whatever the fuck I want. So it's just common decency is my biggest pet peeve. Like
Or
if you don't have common
we live in
decency.
suburbia, so it's a lot of people that don't already know how to driving giant cars, and that's never a good situation.
Yeah.
Does anyone have a story time?
No.
No?
Mine was kind of a story. That
was a
problem.
story. That was a story. Do we have Uber facts? We don't have Uber facts, right?
No.
No? Cool.
We haven't
I
had
honestly-
Uber facts in a minute.
I've
No, he said like every 2-3 weeks he's going to bring them.
because I want to like bring a lot of effort. Honestly, like I've been
Instead
really
of
slammed
Uber
at work.
facts, I had an idea that maybe you want to take over a different segment.
Okay.
Dun 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 dun. Sports news
Yeah.
of
okay.
the week.
I'm down.
Let's do it.
I thought that'd be cool.
I could just make it the Antonio Brown news of the week.
That's all there is right now.
Yeah.
The
I
Antonio
wish I
Brown
put
news
the-
of the hour because today was a freaking roller coaster.
As of
It
this
was
morning,
crazy.
when I was at the gym, on the news, they said, for sure, suspension, just not
Yeah.
sure
I know,
how many games.
because there
and
is-
now this afternoon, it's like he's not going to be suspended?
and there, what's funny is like there is like like the most like diehard Raiders fan I've ever met. Where like his fantasy team is all Raiders.
Yeah,
and
on purpose.
we
on
could,
purpose.
We could even do the fantasy segment with Krieger.
Oh,
yeah,
that'd be
I can
fun.
give you fantasy advice.
Yeah.
Stephanie Modell would love that because she keeps bugging us to do a fantasy football podcast.
that'd be
Little bit of fantasy humble brag. So even Jordan, you probably heard a little bit of Ezekiel Elliott and
Yeah.
his thing.
Yeah, he's a guy still on the Cowboys?
Yes.
Okay.
So basically, he is like, in my opinion, he could go number 1 in most fantasy drafts.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
But he was holding out due to a contract. And last
Yeah.
year, Le'Veon Bell did the same thing, and he didn't play the entire season. I had Le'Veon Bell. It sucked. So in my work league,
Last season was bad for that, though,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Like
Yeah.
a lot of players didn't play.
no, it was just
Le'Veon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was hesitant, and so I was in a work fantasy league. I am in one, and we had our draft the Friday. All the Zeke news came out on Saturday.
Yeah.
We had our draft Friday. I was the 8th pick out of 12. I waited till the second pick of the second round, my second round pick, and a Cowboys fan passed on him twice, and I ended up getting Zeke in the second round. And he
And
could
he's
be
back.
he could be like the number
That's
one. overall
awesome. Yeah, that's
fantasy
good.
And he just signed a mega deal.
Yeah.
I heard Odell Beckham Jr. is having some
Hip problems.
Hip problems. Yeah, right? Is
because
he
he's old.
how old is he
I'm
now?
kidding.
Oh.
No.
I thought he was really
He's just
young.
recovering from a hip
What is
injury.
he
No,
like
he-
5 years in?
No, he's just
4 years
he's a very good wide receiver. He's just a little bit on the fragile side. He's always had injuries. That's
yeah.
why I wouldn't draft him.
Yeah.
Whereas ADP.
Yeah, he's made out
Yeah.
of glass.
Well, yeah. Dun, 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 dun. We'll make that a staple instead of Uber Facts with Krieger.
Okay.
Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll
'Cause
do Uber
honestly,
Facts every
like,
now and then.
The only podcast I have time to listen to now is the fantasy football.
Perfect. We'll bring you your weekly fantasy football / sports news of the
you're
week.
the new
that's
you're the new
weekly.
Matthew Berry. That's not as annoying.
Yeah. And then Stephanie Modell will love to listen to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the fantasy football podcast I listen to is the Spitballers. It's their,
Oh
it's their
yeah,
fo-
yeah.
It's their fantasy
they
podcast.
always plug it, and I'm like, I don't care. So
I care a lot.
Yeah, you do. Let's move on to our next segment. I forgot to mention in our Around a Round Table that if you missed Stoked on this, it's because it's in
Oh
this
yes.
thing. But
and
here it
any
is.
of our listeners who are fantasy football players, we should make that a tier. You can come to me for advice. You can ask questions and I will answer.
What is that like? You pay them $3? Okay, moving on.
If we were to
Sto-
get big enough, it'd be awesome to have the Wreck My Fantasy Football.
that would be cool. You
Where
would be a
it's
part
like
of a
a
fantasy football
a
league.
fantasy football league with just Wreck My Podcast listeners and us.
Oh, I guess we're doing the song.
Why we haven't heard or seen it, there was something to perceive it. Level type and hype, give us something to believe on. When they chose to focus emphasis, we're forming a hypothesis. But all we really know is that we're stoked on this. Stoked on this. Stoked on this.
Oh, dude, you got to go.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, bye, Krieger.
Bye.
Krieger's stoked on seeing
you
Once
all.
Upon a Time in
Yeah.
Hollywood.
And he's out.
Bye.
Bye,
Have
Krieger.
fun. I was just gonna say that song started playing because I was leaning on my iPad and it popped off its stand and I
And you
hit it by
touched it?
accident. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess
Oh,
we're
that's
doing
so
that.
good.
So guys, what are you
Guys.
stoked on? Oh, I should probably change this to stoked on this.
Everything that I was stoked on came out last week, and we already talked about
That's
it.
true.
But I guess I'm just kind of stoked to have like a nice kickback weekend to chill and like repair from a rough week at work. It's something that I need, and so I'm really excited. That's it.
That's always good.
Yeah.
Relaxing. Are you gonna be coming to Star Wars Night Sunday or no?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you're coming here to do the podcast on
Yeah.
Sunday anyway.
Yeah, and I'm coming to see, my favorite
Jar Jar.
character of all time, Jar Jar Binks.
Misa, woman,
Yeah, I'm gonna boo the whole time.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Kate's gonna hate you because Kate's gonna be cheering the whole time.
Yeah, she'll learn that he's terrible.
Yeah. So far, Joe and Kate are the only ones who have RSVP'd yes.
Oh, I forgot to do that.
Yeah, that's fine. But I mean, like normally, a lot of people like Sarah. I know Kyle and Cassie probably won't come because they're like ready to have their baby at any second.
Yeah, she's gonna pop.
She's gonna pop. I'm pretty sure.
She's a gonna pop.
She's gonna
She's
pop.
gonna pop.
Osa, Misa, so dirty.
Oh, yucky.
yucky, baby. I think her due date's like in a week.
Yeah, it's close.
But all right. So you're excited to have a chill weekend, Joe?
Yeah.
What are you excited about? To have a lit weekend?
Every weekend's a lit weekend.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's why every weekend's a lit weekend. I just listen
Yep.
to that song on repeat every single
Always.
weekend. I'm stoked on something. We just got the news of another brand new Pokemon.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Sword
I
and
saw that.
Shield.
The gameplay that just came out today or yesterday?
Yesterday.
Yes, because Nintendo Direct was yesterday.
Yes, it was announced on Nintendo Direct. This one is interesting. This Pokemon's name is Poltegeist.
Poltegeist.
Did you see this, Cam?
No.
Oh, he doesn't
So,
know it.
What Poltegeist is, it is a ghost Pokemon that chills in a broken teapot.
It's
And it's
actually
called
kind of cool looking.
Poltegeist.
But it doesn't always come out of the spout, though. It only
No.
does that sometimes. It's usually chilling like up in the lid area and like poking out of the lid.
He's so cute.
But it had a special move that I can't remember what they said on the trailer.
As something with drinking.
Yeah, there's a special move it has that no one else has. It's very, very cool, and I forgot what it was.
I don't
dang it.
remember either.
Crap.
Its body tastes like tea,
Yeah.
which means that yes,
And
you
if
can
you
drink it.
it said that if you get it to like
If you have
like you
too mu-
enough,
yeah.
you can drink it.
And if you have too much, you'll get a stomachache.
Or if you just are Jordan,
Oh,
you'll
and
get a
there's-
stomachache.
Will you just be possessed by the ghost Pokemon? If you have like way too much? That's why your
know.
stomach is trying to like reject it?
Well, I want to know, does it have antioxidants like green tea?
I don't know, but did you read that second one?
Oh,
yeah.
this stupid bird.
Cramorant?
So yes, the second one was
Oh my God, this
Cramorant,
thing is so
the
dumb.
flying and water type Pokemon who keeps a fish in its mouth and spits it out at enemies when attacked.
Its
like it.
special attack is it just throws the fish at enemies.
I like it.
So the way it works is you have to use either surf or dive, and when it does that, it comes back up with a fish in its mouth,
And it
then
uses
you
that
can
as a
use
projectile.
that as an additional move
See,
as a projectile.
I like it only because it's starting down a path of this idea that move sets that create new move sets.
Yes.
So it's like almost combos, like branched combos.
Yes.
I think that's a cool idea they should implement further in the game.
Yeah.
Another thing is they've said that the fish that it catches
Is a
that's
Goldeen.
projected, it's actually a fish that has not yet been identified as a water type Pokemon that they haven't seen yet.
So it could be another Pokemon that
That's
shows up.
cool.
It's almost like the Slowbro with the
weird conch shell
Sheldon
thing.
or whatever, where
Yeah.
it grabs on and then that's what makes it evolve or whatever.
To the Slowpoke,
Yeah, or a Cloyster. What I
Into
don't remember what
slow-
grabs
It's
it.
Slowbro and Slowpoke.
Okay, but no, I mean like
It's
what?
not
it's
a
a
cloister.
Shelter. Yeah,
The
it's a Shelter.
Shelter also evolves, but it
That's
doesn't,
what
it
it
doesn't
evolved.
become a Cloyster, though.
No, it's a
Yeah.
shelter that turns into something else that has never been.
It's like a weird
Yeah.
spirally thing.
Yeah.
The guys, if Lowtree Studios is listening, they're loving us talking about Pokemon.
They have no idea. Yeah.
No, they're so confused right now.
I like Poltegeist. He's cute.
Yeah, Poltergeist is cool. It reminds me of Beauty and the Beast with
Yeah.
the talking
Teapot.
Yeah,
teapots.
Mrs.
Yeah.
Potts.
Mrs.
It also
Potts.
reminds me of Alice in Wonderland with the titmouse
that's
inside
right.
the teapot.
Yep.
A lot of new stuff coming in. Sword and Shield
I'm
gets
stoked.
released November 15th.
Oh, I'm so I
stoked.
can't wait for it.
I'm stoked.
And then Link to the Past is getting re-released this
Yeah.
week.
Another thing
Is
that's
it a Link to the Past or a Link's Awakening?
I think it's Link's Awakening,
Okay.
but I'm not sure.
Another thing that is getting released, I'm not sure if it's released by the time this comes out, but I think it would be great to do as a podcast for console members. Anyone who's played old video games knows Crash Bandicoot.
Oh yeah.
And that it came out as a
Yeah, the Insane Trilogy. It has all three
and
games
it's
like kind of
everything- high-end
redone.
graphics and everything redone.
Not by much, but yeah, a little bit.
Ew, are you kidding me? It looks way better than
Really,
it's
I thought it looked like.
No, because it's what we were talking about
You're
before.
right.
It's what
not
you
remembering.
remember.
So
it's how you remember.
It's not as
it.
blocky. Yeah, you're right.
Now, another one that's coming out. It's it's the same thing trilogy with all new upgraded graphics of Spyro the Dragon.
I saw that too. You know what though? I was kind of bummed they did Spyro because I wanted Banjo-Kazooie.
That'd be fun.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's the next
Oh,
one.
I'm sure it is. They're just going through all the like rare catalog.
But this is so smart for them to do.
Or no, that's
Yeah.
Naughty Dog.
Yeah.
I have the Crash Bandicoot trilogy. It's so much fun to play.
Oh yeah, I
and
played through
Spyro
the-
was fun.
Yeah, Spyro
Spyro
fun.
was
I
fun.
played the first two in the Insane Trilogy. I didn't do the third game.
Warped was one of my favorites. I actually just skipped the first two and went straight to that one, and then
Yeah.
I'm going backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Spyro would be cool to do. And that's the end of the episode. Thanks for listening. If you want to hear the rest of the episode and you're a patron member, then you just have to wait until Friday, and the rest of that will go up. If you're not a patron member and you're a little curious, it's just $1 a month to check that out. So go ahead and go over to patreon.com/wreckmypodcast, or don't. That's cool. We'll be back next week, like I said, with Demolition Man, and we'll be back on our regularly scheduled programming. That is a hard word. All right. Thanks for listening.
Wreck My Podcast.